But we know energy is everything, and energy goes out, and it's not just us. So we all tend to address the group specifically and the world in general. So this little energy blessing goes out to support us energetically in our success, in our lives, in our mission, and just to help you to grow and to be on the planet. And I found that it really is it's a personal experience. When you read the prayer that's been posted, it really does make a difference. It can really, really shift your energy. And this is just something that I came up with that we started on the 1st of April to help support each other as we go through our journeys and to keep our energy high. And again, if you can't post in the calendar but you want to do the prayer, just put it in the comments and I will move your name up into the calendar. On the other hand, if you just spontaneously wake up one day and say, I want to do the prayer today, and you go and there's no one else that's done the prayer, just post it. You don't have to update the calendar. But by updating the calendar, it kind of keeps us organized so that we know when we're going to do it, or to make sure that we don't end up with 2 or 3 prayers posted on one day and nothing on the following day or whatever. And so we just started it out, and I just wanted to make everybody aware that it's strictly voluntary. You can do it as many times as you want. You don't have to, but I would really, really encourage and hope that we would all participate.
Okay, so Lynn, we have a caller. I'm going to put us, and they've been patiently waiting. Hello.
Good.
You're on the air with us here on Metaphysical Insights. Who's calling?
I'm sorry, I'm just listening for right now.
Oh, okay. We'll put you back so you can listen. Sorry, I didn't mean. It's hard to tell sometimes if someone's just listening. Okay, we'll put you back on that. You're welcome to listen. And I know, you know what? Having done radio, I figured out, Lynn, I've done about 15,000 radio shows, probably over 4,000 interviews. And a lot of people don't want to be on the air. But if they do want to be on the air, like I say, I have a show next week with Daryl, and I have one with our beloved Michelle, who's now director and CEO of the University of Sedona on the 24th. And then I'll have one opening. But there will be a way for other people, probably through your Facebook site, which you're administrating so beautifully, Lynn, to contact you. I'm sure they could arrange with you to be on the show. I've been trying to do it on Sunday, and hopefully it can continue on Sunday mornings at this time or whatever time's convenient, where you can interview other people who have and want to share what they're doing with their metaphysics, because it continues to amaze me, Lynn, of how many different paths get followed. There are people who have started their own churches. There are people who are, going out and talking all around the world. There's people who've done, I interviewed Dr. Michael Leakey a couple of times, and now he's going to edit my new book. So, I mean, there's amazing connections. There's amazing connections that get found. Michael's done like 15, 20 books. So there's people out there who understand you in ways that maybe other people that on Facebook might not, through this community. And it is very, very, I found it to be extremely supportive. And I know you also, as administrator of the Facebook site, Lynn, you always make sure that I think there's only been once or twice over the 4 years that I've seen questions that might be, or statements that might be questionable. Mostly it's all very, very supportive and very insightful as well.
Yeah, and that's part of my purpose. The founder of our group is Lissa Masters, and she's not as active with us, but she does watch the group. Every once in a while she'll chime in. But her life path took her in a different direction, which is why I'm the only administrator right now. But she was our founder, and it was her intention for the group to be a loving, sacred, safe space for those of us at the time we were just the alumni, the graduates, to come together, share, support, and connect with each other on our journeys, and to help each other to grow and expand. Well, as a result of Dr. Masters' passing and the shifting of the energy, part of what came to me when, in the dream that I had from him was to take it bigger and to open it up. And I discussed this with Michelle, and she agreed 100%, which is why she's been so supportive in helping us grow. And that was that as his legacy grew, or is growing and expanding, we were to do it through the group for the students as well as the alumni, so that students, anyone who's studying with the university now, can become a member. And so where we are now and what we're doing is, diversity and inclusion is who we are through his teachings through the university. That's part of our, I guess we can just say, our unspoken energy. That's what we will do. So when you talk about the many paths that we've taken, because, we've got coaches, we've got ministers, we've got teachers, we've got people who are just being light workers, just being the presence of love and light in the world.
We got a lot of Reiki people in the group, too.
Oh, yeah, a lot of energy healers. And that's because the kind of studies that we do give us permission to explore all of the I'm a Reiki master. I'm a psychic. You and I are, certified angel readers. And I practice, I do actually psychic readings online. I also have private clients that I work with. But my big mission is working with online wealth growth. I teach people how to make money online through business, online e-commerce, as a wealth coach. So for me, and part of that came about because when my life kind of took a downturn during the economic downturn in the 2000s, I had to, I lost my business. My husband at the time passed away. I was in my early 50s. I couldn't get back to work. I had been a businesswoman, and the corporate world doesn't like self-employed people. So for many years, I went from having a six-figure income and, seven-figure net worth to being on food stamps, at one point after running out of money after several years without an income. And so my recovery depended on me learning a new way to make money online, because going back into the corporate world was not an option. And, most of us who are ministers realize that if you are looking for a real income, most ministers have to supplement their incomes with other channels, other resources, at least until they get into a church or a place where their congregation can support them. And for some, that doesn't happen. So I enjoy coaching and helping people. And so going into coaching was what worked for me. And abundance coaching really connected with me, because as I talked to people, the one thing that everybody was saying was, I need more money. I need to find a way to make more money. But I knew that if you don't embrace the spiritual laws, and if you don't become a whole person and connecting your spirituality with your abundance and prosperity, and for many people, that abundance is not sustainable. It becomes a conflict between being authentic and spiritual and chasing a dollar. And, as we heard Dr. Yvonne mention the other day, it's not about chasing the dollar. It's about chasing a purpose or achieving a purpose and grounding yourself in earning your living through living your authenticity. And so for me, that's how I do it. But, for everyone out there who's listening, know that whatever you are spiritually led to do, whatever your path is, and whatever journey it takes you on, it's what you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to express spirit. And to be authentic and true to yourself, even if you don't know quite clearly what that path is, like Cindy's path is through communication, through the arts, and through her poetry and through interviewing people and bringing light to the world. Just follow whatever your path is. It's taking you to where you're supposed to go and how you're supposed to be. So even if you, like most of us, end up someplace other than you started out, be free to embrace the journey and allow Spirit to guide you, to teach you, to grow you, to purify you, because sometimes it's not about the destination. In most cases, it's not the destination. It's the journey. It's the process. And through that, living your process, your journey, you will fulfill your purpose without worrying about what it may look like. Because I'm nowhere near, I'm so far away from what I thought this was going to be even 10 years ago. I can't even tell you where I started, even when I was 40, is when I started to kind of realize what that meant for me. But now, where I am today, totally somewhere else.
And you know what? And it's a never-ending path. You know, it's so interesting. I mean, as we've gotten older, I mean, so many of our friends have passed along. Of course, since last year, Wayne Dyer and Dr. Masters. But I have a feeling a few more of the great teachers. You know, I mean, we're looking at probably, you know, with the illness of His Holiness, who knows how long, and Ram Dass here. Some of the great teachers are leaving this planet to make a place, and they are teaching on higher levels in a more universal way, through dreams, through energy transmissions. But, I mean, it's up to us now to carry that torch and to really help others along the way, because it goes in a blink of an eye before you and I are also making our transition. Then it's going to be up to the next group, and hopefully more and more and more people. I see more and more and more people joining the forces of people who are sharing the light and sharing the love and sharing goodwill to the world. And we really are here. I know you are, and I am dedicated to getting the word out and helping them along, because that's the way it works on this path. We learn from our teachers, and we become teachers, and then we are taught also by the students, and then they become the teachers, and they further the process. And we only have 3 minutes left. But I know I said in the beginning, before we began an hour ago, that I would read the Aramaic Lord's Prayer, but I figure maybe now at the end it'd be good to do. And of course, with metaphysics, we're always been able to follow without being threatening to any religion, the way that we have been leaded and guided to follow. And one way was, I always wondered about the translation of the Bible and how it got translated from Greek to English, and there's a lot of words that got misunderstood or mistranslated, some by purpose and some by mistake. But the Aramaic version is very different than the version that we know it. And there's still even now many translations of the Aramaic version, but I'll read you one that I just happen to love that I say every morning. And think of this when you think of the Lord's Prayer and how different it is. It
Before
goes.
I want to mention to those that are on, the recording may extend past the time we're on the air. So if you missed something, you can listen to the replay, and it may just, you can listen to it, especially if there's something that we say after this. So please go ahead. I just wanted people to know that.
So in Aramaic it goes, Avun de Borshmaya, Ni Tegadasha Shama, Te Malkuta. The way to Savianaka Kana de Borshmaya O Baraha. How long lakma de Sunkanan Yamana. Wash Voklan Halbain, I Kana da Panyan, Shwakin al Hayabain. Ula Talan el Nisiona. Ella Pesan Men Bisha. Metal de Leki Malkuta. Uhaila Utish Bakta. La Alan Amin. And that goes, Father, Mother of the Cosmos. Shimmering light of all, focus your light within us as we breathe your holy breath. Enter the sanctuary of our hearts, uniting within us the sacred rays of your power and beauty. Let your heart's desire unite heaven and earth through our sacred union. Help us fulfill what lies within the circle of our lives today. Forgive our secret fears as we freely choose to forgive the secret fears of others. Let us not enter forgetfulness, tempted by false appearances, for from your astonishing fire comes the eternal song, which sanctifies all, renewed eternally in our lives and throughout creation. We seal these words in our hearts, committed in trust and faith. And I think we will wind it up now with just 27 seconds left. But it's been wonderful talking to you, Lynn, and we can all meet again on the Facebook site. And we'll continue next Sunday with Warren. I will post this through another Podbean site, and it's a site for people to listen to.
Absolutely, and that was so beautiful. I love to hear you speak that prayer in Aramaic. Your voice is so lilting and so melodic. Thank you so much for having me on again today and for this time that we spent